and the study is called Milking It: Colonialism, Heritage and Everyday Engagement with Dairy. Let's talk to social policy analyst Dr. Rakib Ehsan. Hello, Rakib.
Hi Kevin, how are you?
I'm okay. This is the History of Science Museum in Oxford. It's trying to work out whether or not milk is colonial or racist. Certainly, at least some of the academics involved seem to feel that the Northern European obsession with milk being spread to the rest of the world could be seen as white supremacist. I mean, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. I mean, it is ridiculous. I mean, if they want to do it, fine, but don't use my money and your money. Why is the government allowing taxpayers' money to be spent on this nonsense?
Oh, I think it's absolutely remarkable. So this particular project, which is going to explore the imagined and real aspects of milk and investigating the investigating the intimate and political nature of this everyday substance in our lives. This is being funded by the Arts and Humanities Research Council, which in turn is financed by the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy. So this is a taxpayer-funded project. Now, it hasn't been revealed the amount of this specific grant, but the Arts and Humanities Research Council provides in the region of £110 million to researchers at universities and independent organisations. And I find it absolutely remarkable that this money, British taxpayers' money, can be devoted towards projects which, in my view, how much social value can truly be attached to a project of this nature is completely beyond me.
I mean, it is true. You go to Asian cultures, and particularly the
Mm,
Japanese, the Chinese, they're not so keen on dairy as we are. They don't particularly like
no.
milk. But, I mean, the fact that, milk, if you like, Northern Europeans may or may not have taken it all around the world. We're adventurous people. We live all over the world. We're responsible for America. We're responsible for Australia. Everywhere we go, milk is sure to follow. But that isn't some sort of conscious process, is it? And Dr. Joanna Zetterstrom Sharp, who is in charge of this study, said that the assumption that milk was a key part of the human diet, now I quote, may be understood as a white supremacist one. What do you make of that?
What can I possibly say in response to that? It's absolutely remarkable. I'd also make this point that we can explore how milk was spread around the world and how it's influenced various cuisines. Actually, some of the most delicious milk-based dishes are in the Indian subcontinent, in my
Of
view, and I
course,
know
you're
that
right.
better
You're
than
right.
most.
Yeah.
Like ras malai, for example. So I think a more exciting project would be how, over time, milk has come to be a growing feature in different cuisines. Now, of course, I wouldn't want taxpayer money to go towards that either. But I think it'd be a more interesting project. But I think for me, just to make this serious point, it does show in the academic sector the degree of wastefulness, because I think that research should ultimately have a great deal of social value. How does it improve societies? And I think what I'm seeing increasingly is looking at, I also saw that there's going to be another project which is going to explore the white centricity of English folk music. And I just think that is this really, and I'm not sure how
It's
that's
a
being
bit like
financed.
yeah, and
Yeah, precisely. So I think that, and the important point you make here, this is public money, and I've always been of the view that taxpayers' money, it has to be used as efficiently and productively as possible, ultimately for the social, economic, and cultural betterment of our own society. So I really question the usefulness of this particular project, I have to say.
but yes, but it's also classic sort of white middle class guilt demonization of British culture, that somehow
It
or other,
is.
because we like milk and when we travelled the world we took it with them, that we kind of imposed it on other cultures in an evil, dominating kind of a way. It's nonsense, isn't it?
Well, it deprives non-white people of agency. The reality is, there's people that enjoy milk all around the world. That over time, milk has come to be a very important feature in their own cuisines and everyday lives. And I think the idea there's some kind of white supremacist imposition involved is infantilizing non-white people across the world who just like having milk.
I'll tell you what, Rakib. Rakib. We've discussed a few stupid things in the past, but
We have.
this one takes the biscuit.
Yeah.
Really good to talk to you. Thanks very much, Rakib. Rakib Ehsan.